So, are you guys ready to talk about the visitor between worlds? Beautiful ones. Not everything crossing our sky belongs to this solar story. Right now, a visitor is passing through. An interstellar comet called 3I Atlas, traveling in the same region of the universe as the Sun, near Libra to Scorpio, that Libra Scorpio cusp. It has no orbit, no return path. It simply moves through, carrying light from another star system. Isn't that awesome? And it does so while the sun shifts from balance into transformation, from Libra's grace into Scorpio's depth. So, if the Libra new moon was the reset, this is the reminder that the universe is far bigger than the map we've drawn. Hello, beautiful ones. I'm Cindi, astrologer, mystic, and your guide through the stars. And today's video is something no one's really talking about yet. An interstellar visitor called 3I Atlas passing through the Libra Scorpio sector of the sky right now. Astronomy is tracking it, but astrology hasn't told its story until now. So together, let's explore what it means to host a traveler from beyond our solar memory and what it awakens in us, both personally and collectively. Because sometimes when the universe sends us something new, it isn't a test, it's an initiation. Now, beautiful ones, let's start with what we actually know, okay? Because when something this rare moves through our sky, it's easy for imagination to rush in, right? But as always, I want to ground this in both astronomy and the energy. Now, the Comet 3I Atlas isn't from here. We know this. It's what astronomers call an interstellar object, meaning it was born in another star system and has traveled for untold ages through open space before passing through ours. It's only the third confirmed visitor of its kind, after Mau in 2017 and Borisov in 2019. Now, each time one of these appears, we're reminded that our solar system isn't isolated. It's part of a much larger conversation in motion. Now, right now, October 22nd through the 25th, it's near conjunction the sun, okay? Traveling close to the sun's longitude as the sun moves from Libra into Scorpio, okay? Now, that means it is essentially behind the sun from our view, carrying its light through the threshold where air and water meet, where thought meets transformation. So, unlike comets we know, it won't return. It has no orbital tie to our sun. It has no predictable path. It just passes through once, leaving an energetic fingerprint and continuing its journey towards deep space. Now, that's where our astrology begins. Because when something this rare enters our sky, we're invited to pause and listen. This isn't about fear or prophecy. It's about perspective. What happens in us when the universe reminds us not everything familiar is local? So, how do we interpret what has no precedent? In astrology, we work with patterns, and 3I Atlas is the absence of pattern. It's the wild card, the cosmic improvisation. It's a threshold frequency, arriving as the sun shifts from Libra's mirror to Scorpio's alchemy. Libra's asks, what is reflected back to me? And Scorpio asks, what transformed me when I let go? And right in between those two, this interstellar traveler passes like a universal messenger, reminding us that balance and transformation are part of one continuum. And maybe, beautiful ones, that's the point. Each interstellar visitor arrives when humanity is facing a threshold, something new, too new to fit into our old frameworks. When a Mau Mau appeared in 2017, we were just beginning to explore AI and questioning the limits of perception itself. Remember, we were questioning our definitions of intelligence and artificial creation. Then, when Borisov passed in 2019, the world stood on the edge of global reconfiguration and collective pause. You remember what happened. And now, 3i Atlas crosses the Libra Scorpio threshold as we redefine intimacy, trust, and authentic power. Maybe that's the point. It arrives when humanity is learning that connection without depth is empty, and transformation without connection is destruction. So, rather than assigning it a fixed meaning, think of this moment as an invitation to universal perspective, as well as an invitation to participate in shared evolution. If something can travel between stars, unbound by orbits, what does that teach us about letting go of the roles that keep us small? What does it teach us about trusting movement through mystery? On a personal level, you may feel an inner tension between harmony and truth, a pull to stop pleasing and to speak from the soul rather than the script. This transit stirs buried emotions and asks you to integrate it instead of hiding it. It's the awareness that peace is not the absence of conflict. It's the courage to face what's real with grace. You might notice relationships shifting, desires intensifying, or sudden clarity about what your energy can no longer sustain. That, my beautiful ones, is 3i Atlas awakening the part of you that no longer fits inside polite equilibrium. The self that is ready to become whole, even if that means being different. Now, on a global level, we're witnessing the same threshold mirrored in the collective. Think about it. Nations, systems, and technologies are crossing from surface cooperation into deep transformation. The Libra Scorpio bridge exposes where unity was performative and invites authenticity instead in politics, economics, climate, and culture. Power structures that relied on secrecy or illusion, those are beginning to erode, not through collapse, but through revelation. The interstellar visitor mirrors the epochal turning, the world realizing it cannot remain divided between harmony and truth. Humanity is learning to transmute conflict into collaboration. You guys are seeing that. To act not from dominance, but from consciousness. So, this week, when you look at the night sky, don't just imagine a comet. See a reflection of your own becoming. A moment when the light of another system touches ours and says, you, my beautiful one, are ready to evolve beyond survival into participation. When the universe sends a visitor from beyond our map, it's not asking us to decode it. It's asking us to remember how to listen. Beautiful ones, 3i Atlas doesn't orbit, it moves through. And maybe that's the lesson for us this week. To let life move through without gripping so tightly to what we think we know. As it moves with the sun through Libra's final degrees and Scorpio's first degree, it touches the part of us that is learning how to turn awareness into alchemy, how to let illumination reveal what we still need to transform. So take a breath with me and imagine this light, foreign, ancient, wild, streaming through your field, whispering to you and saying, you are not limited to what you've been taught to be. That's the activation. Not chaos, not upheaval, not fear, but clarity through depth. You might feel a pull to look closer at your relationships, your boundaries, or the stories that you tell yourself about control. Follow that curiosity gently. That's your inner three-eye atlas, the part of you that moves freely between worlds. Personally, you may feel a pull towards something deeper, a truth that refuses to stay polite. It could surface as a sudden curiosity, or a craving for emotional honesty, or a new version of you that no longer fits inside old agreements. Follow that impulse gently. That, my beautiful ones, is your inner three-eye atlas, the part of you that remembers you did not come here to perform balance. You came here to embody wholeness. And because this interstellar traveler moves with the sun through Libra and Scorpio's threshold, it mirrors our own initiation in relationship, where you are being invited to meet others not from performance, but from presence, to let connection be alchemical, a place where honesty and intimacy create transformation rather than tension. We're learning that evolution in partnership doesn't erase individuality. It refines it. It's the sacred friction where two lights reveal the one source they both came from. Collectively, this week carries the frequency of reorientation through truth. It's subtle, but powerful. A nervous system upgrade that teaches us to stay present with mystery instead of rushing to define it. The world itself is learning this lesson in real time. How to coexist with the unknown, to cooperate with creation, to find unity not in the sameness, but in sincerity. So, if you want to work with this energy consciously, try this. I'm calling it the visitor practice. Tonight or tomorrow, step outside. Even if you can't see the comet, look towards the sun's direction in the sky as it sets. And then I want you to breathe. Breathe it in and silently say, I welcome what is ready to transform. I release what can't travel with me. And I trust what moves through me to leave me brighter than before. That's how you embody Three-Eye Atlas, by mirroring its freedom and its grace to move through mystery. Because sometimes, beautiful ones, the most profound astrology doesn't explain. It initiates. Sometimes the universe doesn't explain. It just sends a reminder that we're not alone in the story of light. Now, beautiful ones, this week the sky opened not just above us, but within us. The Libra new moon taught us balance. Venus and Maki called us to build beauty that lasts. And now, Three-Eye Atlas moves through the Libra Scorpio threshold, a traveler without a home star, carrying frequency we have never felt before. This isn't about prediction. It's about participation. Each time something interstellar crosses our sky, it awakens our memory of belonging to the living cosmos. It reminds us that transformation is not punishment. It is participation in creation itself. Personally, you may feel a stirring to shed an old mask or open your heart to something truer. Follow it like a trail of starlight. That's how the universe expands, through your willingness to move where the map ends. And collectively, this moment is sacred. For the first time in recorded history, humanity knows that visitors pass between stars, that the universe itself is interconnected. If we ever doubted our place in creation, Three-Eye Atlas is the proof of belonging. We are part of a galactic ecosystem, and it's speaking. It's the same call that stirs artists to create without reason. It's the same pulse that moves healers to serve when no one's watching. It's the reminder that evolution isn't happening to us. It's happening through us. So take this as your closing activation. Be a conscious traveler. Move through this week with curiosity instead of conclusion. Notice what arrives without warning and let it frame your sense of scale. Breathe in the knowing that you are not just living under the stars. You, my beautiful one, are one of them, momentarily embodied. And as always, if these messages help you remember, subscribe and journey with us. Every week we explore the moments when the universe speaks, not to predict your future, but to help you remember your place within it. Until next time, beautiful ones, keep your frequency open, your heart steady, and your eyes lifted, because sometimes the sky sends a traveler not to warn us, but to remind us that we're home in every corner of creation. I'll meet you in the next forecast, where the story continues to unfold through the stars.